I don't really have a specific ritual before going on stage. I never really have. I know a lot of artists do. For me, it's all about feeling confident. You know, you go on stage and you feel confident, the show is spectacular and the band are rehearsed and everything's in place. Even when I was like a tiny little kid, I was always running around the streets without my shoes on and coming back to my mum with like blood pouring out of my feet because I'd trodden on glass or nails and just so I think when I came to start performing live on stage, it just felt totally natural to me that I would want to be feeling as kind of like natural as I possibly could and as comfortable as I possibly could, and that for me was always about not having to wear shoes. These days I don't have so many different projects. There was a time when I had 5 or 6 different projects. I had like a rock band, I had like a pop band, I had like an ambient project and other things too. I don't so much these days. I've very much made a decision certainly the last 5 years to focus much more specifically on the work I make under my own name. The new album 4.5 is unusual for me in that it doesn't have a message, and I think that's one of the things that makes it for me like what I call an interim release, like a bridge between 2 other projects, because all of my albums tend to have these kind of big stories, concepts behind them, and this one doesn't. This album is basically songs that I had written for either the previous album or even the one before that. Also a couple of pieces I'd written for soundtracks, and they don't really belong together, but I wanted to give them their moment in the sunshine, as it were. But once I started to get recognition for my mixes, I started to get invitations from record companies, from artists, from management companies about maybe taking some of these classic albums and remixing them into surround sound. And the first band I did it with was King Crimson, and I found that each time I did a band, it kind of opened the door to another band. I think with every country, the thing that makes the difference is the people. You can go to a country where you fall in love with the weather, with the foods, with the architecture, but it's not really a real love unless you fall in love with the people. And I found in Mexico I just had such a strong connection with the Mexican people. Hi, this is Stephen Wilson and you're watching WARPtv. Enjoy.